So how do you shoot a mini session? What goes on in those 10 to 20 minutes during your mini session that will produce a happy client and a not too stressed out you and a good sale on the back end? How do you get this shoot done? If you're just joining us, I want you to know this is actually part of a 4-part series where I go over what mini sessions are and are not, how to market them, how to shoot them, and how to make that sale in your gallery on the back end. So I'm going to link everything below in case you want to watch all 4 of the parts. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Kate Byers. I'm a photographer who's done it all. I always want to know how to do stuff. So through my 16-year career, I've done 3 and 4 day South Asian wedding extravaganzas. I've done super high-end 4 and 5 figure photography sales. And now as a single mom, I'm choosing a new kind of life where I primarily focus on mini sessions and micro sessions as the bulk of my 6-figure income every year. I'm here to teach you about those strategies, about mini and micro sessions, and how you can turn them into your full-time business. All right, so how do you shoot this mini session? Mini sessions are usually about 10 to 20 minutes. Some people will bump them up to 30 minutes, but I'm finding that most photographers out there on the internet are sticking to that 10 to 20 minute mark. Now, let's say what this is not. First of all, just know this is not a relaxed 45-minute to an hour and a half session where you can kind of, with no research or homework, arrive on site or arrive at somebody's home, scope it out, see where the light is, see what you're going to shoot, and then kind of work your client through all the places that you would like to photograph them. You don't really have that luxury in a mini session. So since you don't, the name of the game with mini sessions is strategy and pre-planning. So the first thing that I want you to know is that before I would ever have you shoot a mini session location, I would love it if you would go there with a practice family and take your time. So I actually just did this 2 weeks ago. I found this little courtyard randomly in an office plex, and I was like, ooh, this is kind of intriguing. There's a wood wall, there's a corrugated metal wall, there's some cool wooden chairs, there's also like this textural white wall. I think this would shoot really well, but I'm actually not really sure how to do it. So I brought a practice family, and it did take me an hour and a half to just work them through here and there. But now that I've done that, I know what my little pathway is, and I can shoot that in about 15 minutes. It's no problem because I know where my stations are and where the light is and where I'll have to use off-camera light. So this is what I'm going to suggest for you. It's okay to practice. It's okay to go slow, especially if the family is getting their images for free. Like, you can show up and mess up a ton, or like take your time and like think out loud and, be your creative self without feeling like that pressure of like, oh God, I've got to get this shoot done perfectly. So that's what I would suggest. Take your own family or take a practice family and like let it be fresh. Let it be like, the family with the toddlers who might act up, or like let it be the tweens who are not into it or whatever. Let it feel pretty real, but give yourself more rather than less time, because you're going to be working out what your formula is for that shoot. All right, so once you work out where you're going to shoot, what your stations are, here's what you need to have in your session to deliver to your clients. It's really easy. You need to have the whole family together. You need to have the whole family in motion. And then you need to have individuals of each kid and the siblings together. And that's it. No more than those 4-ish categories. And you can bump this out. You can get more elaborate with it. But I want you to always just kind of have this rundown in your head. Now, if you're a wedding photographer, this is easy for you, right? You have a shot list in your head for every wedding. You're like, I got to get my bridals. I got to get that wedding party, all those combinations of people together. You're going to come at this with sort of a strength there, in that you're used to a shot list and you're used to working through it. Us portrait photographers, sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. I know a lot of newborn photographers have got these set shot lists. They get the eyelash and they get the fingernails and they get the this and they get the that. So If you're coming at it from that vantage point, then great. You've got a shot list way of working, but that's definitely the way you're going to work in a mini session because you have to hit all of those notes in 15 to 20 minutes. We cannot roll the dice on a mini session. All right, so if you've got your stations planned out and you know your shot list, they cannot leave you until you have worked through this list. Then you're good. Now, here's a pointer for you. As you are thinking in terms of what are my stations and what are my shots, I want you to keep in mind that the less real estate you cover, the easier it is going to be for you to maximize that time. All right, so I would seriously advise against having a really long pathway or like long fence or something that you shoot all the way down. I would really advise against, I teach having loop. I would really advise against having a really long loop around a park. A short loop is great. And I'll give you an example. So when I shoot my Santa sessions, they're 5 minutes. I essentially am in the same little box of shooting. I have my trees and my Santa and his bench, and the kids come in and meet Santa. And I get so much out of those sessions, but my feet are really not moving that much. I'm standing in one spot. I shoot them as they come in. I shoot all their interactions with Santa and maybe some details if they've carried their letter in or they want to ring his bell. But I'm just working a crescent moon around them. And by the end of 5 minutes, I'm kind of, well, what else are we going to get? I feel like we've gotten it all. So that 5 minutes actually feels very long just because I'm not moving, we're not switching. Now, if you are concerned about variety a little bit, this is where your strategy needs to come in. You need to pick a spot where if you just turn your body or maybe even switch places with them, you're going to get different backgrounds that are going to be good. Or maybe they can make a circle around you. But the point is, you don't need to move a whole lot. Otherwise, you're going to cap up all your 20 minutes by walking from space to space. And we all know that when we walk toddlers from space to space, it just takes so many minutes to transition them from here to doing this there, right? So we don't want to waste that time. So key takeaways from this lesson are going to be go practice your shoot locations and pick your shoot stations at that location. Start shooting with a shot list. Get used to shooting that way and keep one in your pocket if you need to refer it back to it and just check it before they leave and make sure that you worked through everything. And consider how you can move less as you shoot and just move them from A to B or walk around them to get your variety. And the big moral of the story is, please do not arrive and figure it out. I want you to plan ahead, strategize, and really be able to deliver that great gallery to them so that they are so surprised at what you got in 10 to 20 minutes. All right, guys, I'm going to post all of the videos in this 4-part series about how to get mini rich and really knock it out of the park for your clients during your next mini sessions. Don't forget to subscribe so that you see the next video pop up in your feed, and I will see you in the next one.